right, I'm here with Bill of the Meteron project. We've got Eurobot behind me, and if everything goes according to plan, I'll be lucky enough to control Eurobot from space.
Yes.
And perhaps you can tell us a little bit about the project?
The project is called Meteron, which is putting a network in place to enable Europe in the future to explore the Moon and Mars and other planetary surfaces using a kind of a standardized system. So we're putting everything in place so that we can work with NASA and with Russia, with their robotic assets, can come along and plug into this network, and that will be in place to enable us to look at different operational scenarios to explore planetary surfaces with humans and robotics in partnership together.
All right, and I see we have a mock-up of a lunar lander over here. So the first step would be to have astronauts and robots interacting together to deploy a lunar base, for example.
That's right, and this mock-up that we have here, it plays many different roles in the mission that you will be performing. It's performing the function of lunar lander. So the typical operations like opening a panel, for example, extracting a payload and then deploying a payload, that kind of thing is being performed by you, extracting a box and those kind of operations. So there are typical operations unloading a lander that would be on a planetary surface. So
which could be conducted by robots.
Which could be conducted completely autonomously by robots, of course, but also in a supervisory role, which your experiment will focus on, is having the crew monitor what the rover is doing.
Excellent. Well, this is going to be another really interesting experiment that I get to perform from the ISS in September. I'm really looking forward to it. So what a great day at ESTEC. I got a chance to visit the Telerobotics Laboratory, where Andre and his team are working with haptics, that's force feedback technology, and integrating that into an exoskeleton that hopefully one day we'll be able to use on board the space station to control robots either on Earth or maybe on Mars. And of course, the potential for this is really promising. For example, one day in the future, we might have the situation where doctors in Europe or the US are conducting remote surgery on patients located in other countries. So a really big potential for the haptics force feedback technology that I'll get a chance to work with on board the space station in September. And then later I got a chance to meet the Meteron team, Bill and the rest of his team working with Eurobot. Again, that's a big rover that I'll get the chance to control from the space station. The idea here, of course, is that humans and robots will be working together in the future, for example, during the deployment of a lunar base. So again, a lot of potential for enabling exploration of Moon, Mars, and asteroids one day. So a very, very interesting day, lots of information for me, to prepare me for my upcoming mission in September. So yeah, had a lot of fun. Hope you guys thought it was interesting too.